Brodes Media.
Ranger Suarez was outrageous. My man gets 8 strikeouts, a complete game shutty. The dude was a monster. Man, Ranger Suarez, when we were talking about what can elevate this team to the next level, because there was some criticism with Dave Dombrowski that he brought back the same team. And I will always counter by saying, yes, but they didn't anticipate Trey Turner to go through what he did last year. Therefore, the team will be different. They have Bryce Harper, and he's not going through the UCL injury and the surgery and the recovery. Therefore, the start of the season should be different. And also, can Ranger Suarez, I remember asking this question, can he elevate himself where he is closer to Aaron Nola than a number 3? Can he be a 2A, 2B, where Zach Wheeler's your prime ace? But outside of that, it's a coin flip with your number 2 because Nola's a stud and Ranger can also be a stud. And holy shit, did we witness that. Now, the lineup they're facing is not any sort of juggernauts, so we have to keep that in mind. When Christopher Sanchez gets 10 strikeouts in 6 innings pitched, it's just something to monitor. But it could go the other way. You can have an average day against the Rockies. You can have just a good day against the Rockies. If you have a phenomenal game against the Rockies, isn't that what stars do? They have phenomenal games against weaker opponents, and that's Ranger Suarez. And he even has Bryce Harper describing him like one of the best to do it at the 3 position, okay? Let's take a listen to Bryce Harper after Game 2 in this set talking about his starting pitcher.
Yeah, I think people might not like it. I think he's the best 3 in the game. I think just the way he goes out there and competes every time he's out there. Just his starts. Every time he goes out there, we got a chance to win, just like the other 2 guys that go out there in front of him. So it's just a lot of fun to watch. You guys saw in the postseason as well. He has no heartbeat. He's a guy who just goes out there and pitches and has kind of that same plan and same demeanor every day. And really good on his feet as well, fielding the ball and helps himself out a lot. So just a lot of fun to, play behind that, and he's always competing and trying to be better. So
you don't say with his defense. Dude, this guy will get a laser thrown right back at him. Not thrown, but off the bat, smack, barreled up, right back at him. The dude nonchalantly picks it up, does a couple, not crow hops, but does a couple of the banging of the glove and just zips it nonchalantly at 98 miles per hour over at Bryce Harper to get the runner at first. This dude is so calm. The guy is unbelievable. There's nothing more entertaining to watch than when Ranger is dialed in. You're not going to do a damn thing against him. And it also helped out that you had good defense in that one. Whether a ball's in the gap, out in the outfield, you throw it to second base. Get him at second base trying to slide through a tag. Not going to happen. And I think, Ranger sets the tone with that defense. Yo, fellas, I follow my lead. I'm going to bring it. I'm going to make sure everything that comes my way will be stopped. It'll be batted down. We're going to get the out at first base. Now follow what I do. And now you're getting that out in center field as well. And the beauty part of that second game in this set is JT in the first inning hits a 2-run shot. The Rockies aren't very good. So if you can take them out early and suck the life out of them, where, okay, we got to face Ranger and climb back the minute we take the top of the line. Well, I guess they batted first, right? So when they get to the top of the second inning and it's their chance to swing the sticks again, you're already depleted because you're down 2-0, and now you have to face Ranger for 9 innings. Good luck. There's no Gregory Soto on that night. You might get the luxury of seeing him on Wednesday night, but you ain't seeing him tonight because Ranger's cooking, because Ranger's in his bag, because Ranger's electric. And the dude was a monster, just a flat-out monster. Can't wait for his next start. I'd throw him tomorrow just because I want to watch him. If I'm Rob, I'd say, yeah, that's great that you want to be perfect and you want to recover and you want to put your body in the right position. No, screw that. I want to watch you pitch. Okay, I want to watch you pitch. Harper also hit a home run in that one and had 3 runs batted in. So Harp has done some good things. Trey Turner has been definitely turning it on offensively. This was the star power that I've been referencing. And for some reason, just the batting average satisfied people for a little bit of time now. His batting average was fine, but his impact was not. Now it is. And it also helps when Bryce is starting to see the ball a little bit better. So if Trey is getting a double off the wall, or if Trey's putting it in the seats himself, guess what? Well, now Bryce is also helping out and knocking in runs as well. But man, what we saw in Game 3 in the 7-6 win, which just blows my mind that that's even real. But no, it's real. Is Schwarber... Okay, so I talked about the importance of starting the game off hot when JT hits a 2-run shot. Well, you're down 1-0. They gave Alec Bohm an error over at third base because the ball tipped his glove, and then it went out in between him and Trey Turner into the outfield and left field. So Christopher Sanchez did allow a run, but it was unearned. And, he's just kind of a grindy guy right now, still trying to figure it out. But if you're figuring it out, going 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, and 10 strikeouts, that's a pretty good way of figuring it out. There just seems to be traffic on the bases, but then he settles in a little bit, which I just love, man. I love that out of Sanchez, but he's playing with fire more than I would like, but it also makes sense because he's Christopher Sanchez, right? But it's just been an enjoyable watch because it's interesting. You're always on your toes. You're always on the edge of your seat, and I say that in a weird way, even though I'm talking like negatively. You just never know. Like, you're always sort of uncomfortable, but then he ends up actually doing what he's supposed to, which makes it all fun at the end of the day. The Phillies are now 3 games over 500. They're 11-8, which is second in the NL East. The New York Mets are now 10-8, so they climbed out from the dead after having that abysmal start where Mets fans were losing their mind. So the Atlanta Braves are 12-5. They're facing the Texas Rangers. We have the Chicago White Sox coming up. I want to see them continue this good stuff. I mean, now you're starting to see series win, sweeping team. That's all. Sweep the teams. Sweep the teams you're supposed to sweep. I want to see a sweep against the Nationals. The Nationals winning 2 of 3 was a good series. I want great series. This was a great series. The result was a great result. Not every part of the series was perfect, as we alluded to with Gregory Soto, but it's never going to be that way. Even the teams that win a lot of games. I mean, sometimes you stink for 7 innings, but then you come alive in the 8th inning, and then you shut it down in the 9th inning. And it's not as if they played like perfect baseball the whole way. It's not about that. You can't ask 4 bullpen pitchers to step in and have 4 innings of excellence. One guy might slip up. The other guy has to have their back. And maybe they can limit the damage. The offense still needs to explode after that. I mean, there's so many variables on how to win games when you're great. That's what makes you a really great team, though, is when you can win in different ways. When you can win when it's not your A-plus night. It's hard for me to understand the people that despise Kyle Schwarber. I don't get it. I really don't. It doesn't work. It's not right. You need speed. What do you mean? Have you watched the last 2 years? If your takeaway from the last 2 years, even though they fell short, they weren't as good as Houston, and last year they fumbled big time. They fumbled on the goal line, Game 6, Game 7, at home, 3-2 series lead, Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, you fumbled, and that will hurt my soul until the day I'm dead, until I'm 30 feet into the ground in my coffin, dead. I will be thinking about how they screwed up massively. But the reason why they screwed up isn't, you know what? Their leadoff hitter has to change. That's not why. That's not why. They failed miserably as a team. But they are great with this. This is their brand. This is their identity.